Shalom, welcome back to episode 2 of the podcast, the 50/50 podcast.
Shio boy.
You have anything you want to say to intro the podcast?
Hi.
Anything else you want to say to intro the podcast?
Hola.
Anything else? I'm Benji,
I'm Tristan.
and say the first thing that comes to your mind. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Goddamn, your girlfriend takes one goddamn semester of Spanish, and then
Yeah,
suddenly,
bro. I've been practicing since I was 4. Could you tell?
Why 4?
What?
What? I spoke Spanish before I spoke English.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Is that not how everybody does it?
All right, today we got a little story. We got a couple story times for you actually. So, like I said, we live in a house together, me and him. We've lived here for fucking 3 years, almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're coming up on your 3 years.
Yeah, I'll be coming up. It'll be February 14th.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the
Day you
day
moved
that I
in?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
You always do this.
I
Every
thought-
time we talk about me moving in, it's always been
I'm gonna
Valentine's
fact
Day.
check this. I don't believe you.
Okay.
I feel like I definitely would have remembered it being
Because
Valentine's Day.
I left Las Vegas on February 12th.
I thought you didn't. I don't think you got here until like February 20th.
Benjamin.
I'll fact check this. I'll do this. I don't think we posted anything that day.
Benjamin.
What?
I came back on Valentine's.
I think you're high.
I mean, maybe.
Hey, last podcast you got fucking dates mixed up too. Okay.
Did I?
Yeah, the whole sophomore year thing. Remember that?
That's big facts.
Yeah, okay. But today, the podcast, what we're going to talk about today is, so we have had 2 like holiday events. Actually, we've had a buttload of holiday events at the house, like a bunch of times. And they've all been super fun for the most part. But and it's always cool when everybody comes over here, I feel like. And it's just like, it's like a college party, but everyone always kind of knows each other. So it's just like all familiarity. If that's a
Right.
word. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like how a lot of people say, like, oh, I don't like going to parties, but I'd love to go to the lake with my friends. You know what I mean?
It's like a party without the property damage.
No, we have a lot of property damage, but no, we don't. But just in case. No, I'm just kidding. But the most recent 2 have definitely been the most interesting. I feel like.
Hanukkah and Martin Luther King Day.
Yes. So we decided we were gonna do Friendsmas. It's actually our second year doing Friendsmas, but the first year was just with.
There was 5 people there, correct?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You and your girlfriend Emma. Shout out Emma. Our friends Sean and Destiny and me. And it was still pretty fun. I mean, we just sat there and played like a horror game for the most part and exchanged presents. But this year, we decided that we were gonna invite like a buttload of people, and we were gonna do like a white elephant type ish party thing, and we would just have everybody drink afterwards. And we made a group chat for it, and it was dope. No one really used it at first, but we use it pretty often now.
Yeah, we still use it to this day.
So, yeah, so we just invited everybody over, and there was hype around it for a while. And, yeah, so, well, I can't remember what day it was. It was actually, I do. It was
December 13th.
Oh,
It was
13th?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. For some reason, I thought the 21st, but I'm
No.
wrong. Yeah, no, I'm wrong.
No, but we were going to have it closer to Christmas, but just with everybody's schedules and all, it was just easier to do it on that day.
True.
Everybody except for like Coit was free on that Friday.
Okay, but to be honest, we should have invited Coit earlier. Let's be honest here. We'll get to that in a little bit. So I really don't remember a lot of the beginning of Friendsmas. I feel like you're kind of in the same boat. I remember everybody just kind of showing up.
I'm more the opposite. I remember
Less of
more
the end?
Yeah.
Really? I remember more of the end. Besides, like,
Yeah.
the when I went to bed.
Well, I've got some stories about
For
after you
that.
went to bed.
Yeah, 100%. But, so here's... I really don't remember. Do you remember, like, how it began? Do you remember the first people showing up?
Well, you and I.
Well, duh. We fucking live here.
Emma was here, and I want to say
Which is his girlfriend, by the way.
Janderson
Our friend Jordan.
and Fink and Connor were like the first ones to show up, I think. But then they left.
And we had food. I forgot
Mhm.
about that. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. We invited everybody and asked them to bring like some sort of dish or something. And then our boy Tyler came.
Yeah. Tyler
came
was the first one to show up.
Yeah, you're
Tyler
right.
was the first one to show up. That's right. Because Sean and Destiny were here.
Yep.
Why? I like that we keep going back to different people being here first.
Okay, we'll
We've
get to
now listed
Peop-
like 6 people that have.
Well, I knew Jordan, Connor, and Nick didn't come here first.
Yes.
They
So
come later.
Destiny and Sean came here first because they weren't going to stay super late.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
for sure.
decided to show up first. And then Tyler showed up. It was his first time at the house, I believe, and all that.
Yeah, 100%.
So and then that's when Jordan.
It's the first
Fink
time I'm
showed
meeting
up.
him too.
And then Kelsey showed up.
And Kelsey, I want to say that, yeah. So people basically just start showing up, and people just start bringing their food and putting it right on the table. And it was a pretty decent spread from what I remember.
Yeah,
If people had sandwiches.
Sandwiches, we had 2 different buffalo chicken dips.
Awkwardly.
Emmo's was so much better.
Yeah, but it's also your girlfriend, so.
Ask anybody else.
No, you're right.
Fink's was good. Shout out Fink.
So people started showing up, and I remember, I forget what we did, but we went and did something. I think we were going to get drinks or something like that. And I came back, and people were already starting to show up. No, I was going to go get Ashley. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Ashley's little bit.
You went to
Ashley's house.
And then you broke in.
Yeah. Broke into her house. Stole all of her stuff. I'm just kidding. And she wasn't there.
Not joking, though. You did break into her house.
No, I did break into her house. But that's just me and Ashley are just like that. But,
okay.
And she wasn't there, and I was like, well, I'm not fucking waiting around that long. I waited for like a good 10 minutes, I'd say. Then I left, went back home. As soon as I walked in the door, she texted you and was like, okay, I'm ready.
Yep.
And I was pissed.
She goes, tell Ben I'm ready whenever he wants to come pick me up.
And she did offer to Uber because it wasn't big. And I was like, no, like I couldn't get you. And then I went to the gas station after that, and then I came back, and people were already here. And then I started making my food, which was calzones, and then I made mashed potatoes that nobody fucking ate.
Who was eating them like out of the pot?
I think I'm pretty sure.
Fink was eating your mashed potatoes out of the pot.
But you know what's weird
That's
about making
probably
those?
why nobody else touched them.
So the thing about the mashed potatoes was I literally had them on the stove, right? And with the boiling water, and it was just like you pour those little beads in and they become the mashed potatoes.
Yes.
That really, really good. And I literally had your girlfriend Emma and our friend Kelsey in the kitchen with me, and I had the water up way too fucking high. So as soon as I started pouring them in, I don't think you know this, but like the mashed potatoes started pouring out of the pot.
Like a volcano, kind of?
Almost, yeah, but like not as intense. You know what I mean? Like literally, water was coming up.
You mean to tell me that the mashed potatoes on the oven weren't as intense, like as a volcano eruption?
Contradictory to what you're thinking.
There you go.
What
was the word you could not figure out how to say last night?
Fuck. It was rivalry. Yeah, that one.
Rivalry.
That'd be a whole other podcast. That's fucking
amazing.
dumb I am. I also couldn't say feminine for a while.
What?
Feminine.
What were you saying?
Feminine. Yeah.
Feminine. So when did you stop wearing pull-ups? When you were like 14, 15 years old?
About then.
Feminine.
I'm
a feminist.
But so the mashed potatoes started like boiling over the pot onto the stove, and I blanked out. I didn't touch it. I looked at your girlfriend Emma, and I said, Emma, I don't know what to do. And Kelsey literally just comes over and she goes, you got to fucking turn the heat down. And then we picked up the pot, and I cleaned up most of the mess. I got the rest of it the next day,
thank God for femimales.
I literally I don't know what came over me. Like I was prepared to just walk away from it.
What do you mean walk away? Like,
I don't know.
You were just going to let it
boil over,
run its course.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have stopped eventually. Just burned on the stove.
Yep.
And everybody was just kind of vibing in the kitchen. I was also dating this girl at the time. It was pretty good at first. Like we were all just kind of chilling and stuff, eating.
You're talking about the relationship.
No, that's a whole other podcast. But and then everybody showed up.
Yeah,
I think the last person showed up
Colin
last.
was the last person that
I think
showed
that
up.
was like 8 p.m. And then so we
take.
started opening gifts, and that was probably at least the highlight of the night for me.
Yeah. After you went to bed, got nuts.
Not nuts, but like here's
like some of the gifts were like some of them were like shout out Fink. He had probably the best gift. It was like expired M&M chocolate bars.
They're about to expire, but
yeah.
I'll eat that shit.
And a Four Loko. So shout out him.
And
then there was
that potty putter, where you play golf on the toilet.
Yeah,
I know where it is if you want to use it.
Cannot wait. So I don't think our bathroom's big enough to use that.
No, we'll leak it into the kitchen.
But like, Ashley brought a bar of soap that was shaped like a dick.
Yeah, which was I think that was the best gift.
Either that or Jordan's gift. Because Jordan got
the 50 ways to cook cock.
50 ways to cook
as funny as that was,
eat cock.
To eat cock, yeah. I mean, it was funny. I wouldn't put it on like best gift list. Did I offend him? Should I have not said that?
No.
I still have it. I mean, maybe we'll
use it.
Yeah, we'll do like a 12 ways to cook cock video.
Wait, is it actually cock or is it chicken?
It's actual cock.
Damn it. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Oh shit. So we started eating and shit, and everyone finally showed up. We started doing gifts, and for me, I just remember like being able to bounce jokes off everybody. Everybody was laughing the entire time.
Everyone pretty much nailed the gifts. Like people like got the idea of the gifts because we all agreed that the gifts were supposed to be like they could be funny. They didn't have to be technically, but like at least don't get somebody something that they're just gonna throw away as soon as they get home.
Yeah, true. So don't make it like super dumb.
Yeah, so like Colin got that sweater that had Trump and Pluto
on it.
Trump and Putin riding like a polar bear or something like that, and that gift was awesome.
That was like top notch gift,
and it fit Fink so well.
Yeah, I did.
So there was gifts like that. The Bob Ross mug that I got was
pretty dope.
Was pretty dope. Like it's something useful. So I feel like people got the concept of the gift.
The gift exchange. Yeah, I pretty much. Yeah, you said that right. Like everybody just kind of fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and then you, me, Emma, Sean, and Destiny did stockings.
Yeah, for us,
as well as cool. Like small gifts.
Yeah.
For each other, like actual personal glass.
Yeah.
Personal glass. Wow, dude, we need a dictionary in
for
here
real,
so I can like learn how to like
dick in here. You always stop the podcast.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I just scratched my mustache and I'm 99% sure you're gonna be able to hear it. That's amazing.
Fuck yourself. So after that is when we went to visit Coit. So we have a friend named Coit, and he didn't get invited right away just because I guess
we must have missed him.
Yeah, we must have missed it, I guess, and he didn't know until like a week before. And well, to be honest, I wasn't gonna invite our like guy friends because I didn't think they'd be into it. But then like they were into it, so I was like, "Fuck it!" Like it's just invite everybody at this point.
Because I think the first person I mentioned to was Nick, and then
no, it was you and me. Oh no, you're right.
I think it was Nick. Yeah, and he was just like, "Yo, that sounds amazing. Like I'll be there." I'm like, "Okay." Well, now we kind of have to invite everybody else. Like it'd be shit.
Well, I mentioned it to Jordan and Connor when they were over for some reason. But anyways, fuck that. We were like, oh, will somebody bring an extra gift and like we'll give it to Coit. I forget who brought the extra gift. I want to say it was Fink.
It was either Fink or Connor.
Yeah, one of the two. So, no, it was definitely Connor.
Yeah,
it was definitely. I remember what the gift was. It was like naughty, playing.
This is
card
basically
games.
Playing cards with like
naughty words. Yeah,
naughty women.
Naughty words.
Naughty words. Naked women on
them. And basically we decided pretty much all of us drove to where he was working at the time, which is this gas station. And we gave him the gift, and we all took a selfie, and it was really dope. And it was a good group photo. I feel like that was one of our best group photos.
Yeah. The last group photo we took like that, the last group photo we took like that was probably like the lake house. If you remember that one,
like forever ago. Like,
I'm talking like high school.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I guess we had that clubhouse photo as well.
Oh, true. Yeah.
The clubhouse is a whole other podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. But so after that, some people went home, and the rest of us went back to the house because we were all gonna drink.
Right.
And so we all got back to the house, and we all pretty much instantly started drinking.
Some of us a little quicker than others. Shout out to Colin.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So here's how the rest of my night went after that. So the person I was dating at the time was having a really, really rough night. And
rightfully so. I'll say.
For sure. Was having a really, really rough night. And so basically it was probably like an hour after we got back. Yeah. She started like drinking a lot and crying. So I was like, okay, it's time for like us to go to bed.
Right. Like this is fine. It's cool to like be emotional all that with everything going on, but like
we can't be.
Let's be alone, so that way you can handle it a little bit better.
Yeah, you don't need all this attention right now.
Right. Right.
So I basically dragged her to the bathroom, let her pee.
You drug her to the bathroom.
Dragged her to the bathroom. Not that much better, but I can still do it. And basically carried her upstairs for the most part. Like she was stumbling and shit. Like I said goodbye to a couple people on the way up. And then basically we just chilled for the rest of the night up there.
What time did you end up, like, after you went upstairs, what was the time frame for, like, you passing out?
Oh, how long did we stay up?
Yeah.
She easily crashed first, and I was probably up for, like, another hour after that.
Hour or so?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we went to the grocery store, and we decided to pick up some drinks for the house and all that. Well, our friend Thomas, who was with us, convinced Colin that he should buy a beer. And not any beer, but a 40-ounce. When he will try to claim up and down that he did not try to convince Colin to do this, I watched it with my eyes. He told Colin that if he was buying one, he had to buy the second one. He didn't have a choice. So he bought two of them. And immediately, as soon as he gets into the house, duct tapes his hands to the bottles.
To both
and
bottles.
For some of you who don't know, it's Edward 40 Hands.
A game called Edward 40 Hands, drinking game.
So, I'm assuming most people know what it is and all that. For those who don't, you tape the 40s to your hands and all that. You are not allowed to take the
them
tape
off
off or anything until you finish both of them.
Yes.
So, Colin had already probably had about 4 to 5 shots before this.
And probably a beer because he brought beer.
Like 3 beers.
Yeah.
We tried to convince Colin not to do this, but Thomas had already planted the seed in his head. There was no way. He actually pushed me away from him at one point and goes, "Mama didn't raise no bitch.
And I fully support this decision.
Dude, he
regrets it later, but
he regretted it so much. The whole night, like at one point I thought he was crying. Like I'll get to that, but like at one point in the night, I asked him if he was okay, and he sat there almost crying and just said, "I just want to go home and lay in my bed." But at this point, everybody was pretty much drunk.
Everyone who was there was staying there, basically.
Yeah, everyone at that point was still like they were just that's where they were crashing.
Yeah.
So I'll let you talk a little bit up until you went to bed because I think you remember some things between there.
Between while
you were still awake down there.
So
yeah.
Well, basically, I just remember Colin getting the 40s on his hand and stuff like that. Everybody's hyping him the fuck up to do it. Everyone's like, "Yeah, Colin's already drunk." He screamed at me, but in like a loving way, more like a funny way, maybe not a loving way. That sounds traumatic. And I just remember everything being fucking just hype after that. But then actually, after I went to bed, I came back downstairs. I forget what for, but for something. And Colin looks at me and was like, "Benji, you want some of this 40?" And then he looks at Thomas and goes, "Is that allowed?" For him, now it's on the 40. I didn't drink much.
Thomas was like his gatekeeper for the night,
honest.
which is crazy because they almost got in a fight in our living room.
That's what we'll get to that in a second. So
like throughout the night, I guess Colin wasn't either sure on the rules of the game or whatever, but he would just look over at Thomas and be like, "Is this against the rules?"
Yeah.
Like they just had to decide on rules and all that. And eventually we kept telling Thomas, like, "You need to cut him some slack. The kid's going to die of alcohol poisoning."
For real.
It was insane. He was already trashed, and he hadn't even gotten halfway through one of the 40s.
Yeah, true. That's why I drank. I didn't drink much of the 40. I drank like one little sip or whatever.
And it was terrible
one gulp.
beer.
I don't really remember, to be honest.
It tasted so bad.
It just kind of tasted like piss water, but most beer to me does.
Yeah.
And I don't think I remember anything after that. But then let's get to their fight.
So is this after you went to bed?
This is way after I went to bed.
So this is after you went to bed. Most people had left at this point. It was down to me, Colin, Kelsey, Thomas, Ashlow. And I can't remember if anybody else was. I'm sure someone.
Emma obviously was there.
Yeah, Emma was obviously there. Why do I feel like she had to work in the morning? I think she went to bed early.
She went, yeah, definitely, but
yeah, she was asleep at this point. So Emma had to be up at like 7 or 8 a.m.
So did you.
No. That's New Year's.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
So we told Colin that he needed to start drinking some water. Like things were getting to a dangerous level of alcohol at this point. So we were like, okay.
Fink was there too.
Fink was there as well. So we told him like, "Hey, just drink some water and all that." So Thomas takes the cap off of a water bottle to hand it to him. Colin instinctively doesn't even think about it and reaches forward and just squeezes the bottle so hard in Thomas's face. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Thomas physically walked away, and when I was like, "You good?" he goes, "I need to be away from him for at least the next 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to hit him in the face." Colin was laughing so hard, and then later on felt so sorry. He was trying to basically fight me to get to Thomas to apologize. I'm like, just give him some space.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Like, he's not even mad about it. He goes, "But I feel so bad. I need to get in there right now. You don't understand." I'm like, "I do."
I feel that.
What?
I feel that on a spiritual level. I feel what Colin's going through. All right, a little side story right here that I gotta tell everybody. Okay, so it was the New Year's beforehand, and I'll tell this story probably fully one day. But when we have enough drunk stories to fill up another podcast. So I was just wasted, and I puked all over the carpet at this guy's house, at our mutual friend Walker's. I puked so much on the carpet.
Do you think that's the most you've ever puked?
Definitely not. I've puked way more than that. A lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point, we'll have to tell the lake house story.
Yeah, for sure. So, and my friend Jessica dragged me to the bathroom, and I like couldn't even stand up. I literally fell over, hit my head on the toilet, and like passed out there. But then I woke back up, and I felt so bad about because they were like, James is cleaning up your puke, like don't worry about it. And I was like, I literally stood up and I was like, I have to give James $5. So I feel
You
Colin
think
on
$5 is the proper payment for
yes,
cleaning up puke?
yes. I literally left the next morning. I left money on the table and like the rest of the alcohol that I had.
If it's like, I feel like carpet's $10.
Fuck you.
Hardwood floors is probably closer to $5.
Oh, it depends on the situation, I guess. I just don't know James like that, so like for him to clean up my puke, I felt
That's
bad.
even more. Than
Fuck
$5,
you. I left money. And me and him were cool. He's not mad. There was another guy, Manny, that night who actually puked his hand and threw it out.
What a G.
Yeah.
What? So like he just looked down at his hands, like was like, I got to do this, cups him, and then like.
Because I was in the bathroom, yeah.
That's amazing.
I passed out in the bathroom. I slept there that night.
What a baller though.
So where were we at in the story? Colin was trying to apologize to
Right.
Thomas. You have anything else with that one?
He would not stop trying, and eventually he did get to Thomas and all that.
Mhm.
Thomas was like, it's fine, whatever, and all that. But like,
Because
Thomas
then he
was
tried
covered
to.
in
He
water.
was like, okay, cool, and then like as soon as he turned around, he like started sprinting at him or something.
no, oh my god, yeah. So like he was sitting in the chair, and I kept telling him like, Colin, you just need to sit down and drink some water. Like you'll be fine if you do this. I promise, it's gonna get better. So he was like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm cool. I'm good. And then breaks off into a dead sprint to try to get past me to get to Thomas. And when I tell you I body slammed him back into that chair and I just grabbed him like, you need to sit. Stay. And he goes, you're probably right. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. I'm like, you can't walk right now. He is the reason that our tree is bent at the moment.
There's a new tree?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Our Christmas tree,
What do you
by
mean
the
our
way.
new tree? It's the tree that's been up for the past 2 months.
I forgot that we didn't have the old one up at this point.
No.
But it was our Christmas tree. We got a new Christmas tree this year.
No, it's dope. It's still up. It's going to stay up.
No, it's not.
It's staying
We're
up.
going to fucking turn off the podcast and go shove it in the fucking closet right now.
All right, guys, welcome back. We just tore down the tree.
That'd be so funny. So, and I know that Colin eventually was at the point where he was over the garbage can puking.
Yeah, so after
How
pretty
much
much
longer was
after
that?
maybe. Well, okay, so we got him to. He just wanted to watch Rick and Morty, right? So like, because I asked him like, what do you want to do? Like, what can I do to help you out, make this easier? Because you're about to start feeling real sick here soon. He just goes to just put on something on TV. So I load up Hulu and like we talked about watching Step Brothers for a while.
Yeah.
And all he wanted to watch was Step Brothers. The moment someone mentioned Rick and Morty, he goes, fuck Step Brothers. We're watching Rick and Morty. I'm like, okay, we're watching Rick and
Hell
Morty.
yeah.
So we turned that on, and then that was maybe about 15, 20 minutes. We watched like one episode.
Mhm.
And then he made it to the recliner in the living room, and that was his home for the rest of the night. He literally did not leave that recliner
for a while.
once.
I remember seeing
like,
the Snapchats of him on the recliner.
He if he needed water, we got it for him. If he needed a trash can, food, whatever. We kept giving him like bread because I'm like, dude, you need something in your stomach that's gonna like soak this up and all that. Because I kept asking him like, do you want any of the food that anyone brought? And he goes, no. I'm like, okay. Then like here's like I think it was Hawaiian rolls I had or something like that. No, it was hot dog buns. Because I
shit.
remember looking at the hot dog buns the next morning and forgetting about that and being like, who ate half of a hot dog bun and didn't eat the other half
And
with
then
the
you
hot
remembered
dog?
who it was.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where Colin's night ended. Like I said, we talked to him for a little bit, and he was just like so dead set on trying to get home. And I was like, Colin, there's no way anybody's in the right state of mind to drive you.
Yeah. Like if you're that fucked up, you need to realize that
Because
you're
Thomas started slamming Bud Lights,
yeah, he was pretty drunk too.
and he slammed probably about 8 or 9 in
Jesus.
a 30-minute span.
Wow.
No,
Shout out Thomas.
Thomas was done for the night, and the next morning
I woke up and talked to him. We chilled for a little bit, remember?
Yeah, Colin told me the next morning he felt great. He told me he woke up early, went home, like showered, and then was just up for the day. He only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
I feel that I
He
feel like that's
worked through it, and like he's like, dude, I actually feel great today, which is kind of how I felt after the New Year's party.
That's
Or
I
not
kind
the
of
new-
feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
about
the New Year's
50% of the time if we get trashed the next morning, like I feel great. Like sometimes
It
I'll have like
depends.
a little headache or something, but like that's
I'll
about
wake
it.
up, like if I'm going to bed, like say like midnight, 1 o'clock and all that, I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. and be like, God, part of me wants to puke, but part of me really doesn't want to. And I'll know, I'm like, if I just go take care of this right now, I will wake up and feel fine. Like I might have a slight headache, but that is it, and I'll be fine for the rest of the day. But if I don't puke, then the whole next day is done. Just shut it down.
So after that, pretty much everyone crashed.
That's pretty much it. Me, Thomas, and Ashley kind of sat in the kitchen and had a conversation for a while.
Yeah.
And then when I was, good, I drove Ashley home because she didn't want to stay the night. She
Oh,
just wanted to go home. So yeah, I drove her home around like probably almost 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then I got home. Thomas was still up. And when I came home, Thomas was laying on the kitchen floor. I'm like, yo, are you good?
You're like, you good, dog?
And he said he was fine. He goes, I was like, do you want to stand up and like go to the couch? He goes, just put a.
You know what it is?
What?
So something just picked up on the mic that you guys probably won't be able to hear. I shit you not. It's the kid playing with the scooter across the street.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you know exactly what that sound
'Cause
is? All it was the sound of somebody stepping on ice, and you already know that it's the kid playing with the scooter.
I saw him, and as soon as he like went down, like I saw you turn, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
oh, that and like our mic is literally like on high right now for us. So
Yeah,
like the volume is
they're
up.
stoned,
so like
dude.
you guys won't be able to hear a lot of stuff that we hear. You know what I mean? But go on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So with Thomas being on the floor.
Yeah. So Thomas was on the floor, and like he just goes like, just put a pillow on the couch. Like I'll be in there eventually. So I got him a pillow, I got him a blanket, and all that. I set up, and I told him like, hey, just head through this doorway, go straight, just keep going straight, and you'll hit the couch that has everything on it. Just go there. And I remember him walking into the living room and being like, I want to lay on the recliner. I'm like, Colin is in the recliner. He goes, Colin can move. I'm like, Colin can't move.
Yeah,
Not
Colin
at the
literally.
moment. So he just went to the couch, and that's where he crashed for the night. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done. So because I knew I was gonna have to be up at the same time as Emma. So I went to bed probably around 3:30, 4 a.m. and I was up around 7 a.m.
Damn, did you stay up or did you go back to bed?
I think I slept for another hour. No, because I got up and I went and
Yeah.
got Casey's breakfast pizza.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, so I was dead the next day.
Well, and I think with Thomas being on the floor, I feel like because like when I'm super super drunk, a lot of the time I just want to lay on something cold.
The floor is such like a comfortable place when you're
Yeah.
drunk, and that makes me sound like an alcoholic. I promise, it's only slight.
So I feel that though, because there's a lot of times where like I'll be in the bathroom and then I'll feel better because of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's colder in there.
Yeah,
Or like if I'm super super drunk and I go up to my room and I just lay down and it's like the perfect, and you know like how summer is
Yeah.
where like it's perfectly cold and like your blanket's a little crispy type thing.
no, I feel that
and
because
the air conditioner's on, a little fan on for the razzle dazzle.
So-
dude. It's like that shit, but like when you're drunk, it's just the floor.
that night that Janderson and I played that Rocket League game where we were drinking Bud Lights, the same night I sang into a stick of butter
That was
standing on
forever
the
ago,
couch. That night I ended up like after I was like well ready to be done with
Mhm.
everything, I laid down in the dining room and like people kept coming up and me like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm great. I have never felt this good. Just let me lay here." They're like, "Why don't you lay in your bed?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
the bed is nothing compared to
That's
this."
what I feel like. That's why, you know what? I'm kind of like that sober too. Like like you could probably atone to this. It's
Like, am I gonna come home from work and you're just gonna be laying on the floor,
I'm sleeping on the dining room
just
table.
completely sober?
No. Like I don't know. For me, like when I go to sleep or something, regardless drunk or sober, like my room's got to be at the perfect temperature.
Yeah, no, Emma hates when that's the one thing she hates about sleeping in the same room as me. I'm like, make this room 12 degrees and then throw on a blanket.
A lot. That's what I'm kind of like for the most part. Like I want it to be like a crisp cool, like a McDonald's Sprite, but temperature. It's the most.
What exactly is a McDonald's Sprite temperature?
No, McDonald's Sprite like as a temperature. That's what I'm saying.
No, I got that. But you're comparing a soda from a fast food chain.
Have you ever laid
to
in
the
your bed
temperature.
and just been like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I have this bed."
Yes, but I've never drank a McDonald's Sprite and been like, "Oh, I'm so glad I have this McDonald's
Are
Sprite."
you fucking kidding me? McDonald's Sprite is amazing. McDonald's
still
soda.
Sprite.
McDonald's. Okay, here's the thing. I am a soda.
Soda.
I'm a
Soda
little
pop.
pop connoisseur. I'm a soda connoisseur. Eh? Connoisseur. McDonald's Sprite or McDonald's. Okay, so soda connoisseur. Here's the thing. Soda. There's different places to get soda, obviously, and each one is better. McDonald's drive-through, specifically the drive-through, is the best place to get soda in general. All right. Then it's like McDonald's in store, I guess. That's like a sub tier of it. Then like Coke, Diet Coke from bottles. And then cans, which I mean you could switch that, depending on the soda. And then like 2 liters and shit. Oh no, and then fountain drinks in general, and then 2 liters. 2 liters fucking blow dick. Go ahead.
First of all, did you put soda cans above fountain drinks?
Depends on the fountain drink. Like
No, it doesn't.
If it's McDonald's,
It doesn't.
depends. on
Fountain
the
drinks are always better than the can.
I don't know if the can is cold
Never
on a
once,
summer day.
Never once in your life have you ever had a can that was better than a fountain drink.
I don't know. Every Sunday I go to my mom's and shit. She always has a can of soda for me. So
That's
it's pretty good.
dope. If it tastes better than a fountain drink, then guess what? Your
What?
mom put a fountain drink in that can and then sealed it back up.
Probably.
Also, your like top soda is Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you've said about soda is invalid. Diet Coke.
Hey man.
Diet Coke. So okay, first of all, Coke is probably the worst cola product. Like Pepsi's
Regular Coke?
better, and then like
Eh.
RC is probably still better than Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I
So
could see
now
that.
you're adding Diet Coke into that.
I'm just more of a diet
worst.
person. You know what I used to love better?
The-
There is one soda I like more than Diet anything. It's Dr Pepper 10. Do you remember that era?
The fuck is Dr Pepper 10?
You know what Dr Pepper 10
Is it like the 10?
It's that
like-
no remember that can? It was like it looked like it was supposed to be like a metal wall, and it was like Dr Pepper and then 10 in red. We tried to order it through a grocery store one time.
Yeah, okay. I
Do you
do
remember?
that.
Like it's discontinued in a lot of places, but like I actually saw it on my friend's Instagram story, and I was like, "Where the fuck did you get that?" And she was like, "On my fucking grocery store." I guess it's just a Southern thing now. I will continue my addiction to soda, even heavy as was, if I can have Dr Pepper 10 back, dude.
What is Dr Pepper 10?
I don't really know, to be honest. It's sort of I like it better than anything diet. The only reason I started picking up Diet Dr Pepper after that is the closest thing to Dr Pepper 10.
You know what I forgot about? Do you remember when Fallout 4 came out
That's
and
a weird segue.
Target started selling Nuka-Cola Quantum?
I remember that.
Dude, it was gone 5 minutes after the store
Yep.
opened for the day.
I believe it.
And like,
did you get some? I thought
no.
Oh, you didn't?
I never got it anywhere, but I wanted it. But Diet Coke still blows.
I like Diet Coke.
Diet Coke's terrible. The worst soda. Not the worst soda.
Yeah, definitely not. There's like that.
What's the worst soda?
It's called like cherry something. It tastes like
7
cough
Up.
syrup. No, 7 Up.
7 Up's
This is
garbage.
worse than 7 Up. This tastes like.
I'm talking about like major. I'm not talking about like
I think this is made
Kroger
by
brand.
7 Up. To be real with you.
really.
Yeah.
7 Up strat. Ginger ale's awful.
Yeah, I don't really like ginger ale.
I might like cream soda, but I have never had it.
I keep wanting to like Coca-Cola
wanna
Orange Vanilla. I keep wanting
Why
to.
would you want to like that?
It sounds
Orange
like a good
vanilla
idea.
cola. Does it?
It does. It really
Does
does. Because yeah, orange. Because they have like blood orange. It's sort of like blood orange cream soda. I think is what it's
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
I
be.
don't like the idea of citrus with vanilla. That seems weird to me.
I don't think so. Yeah, like they have like it's like I feel like when I think citrus and like vanilla, I think of like sherbet almost.
So what's the best soda you've ever had? Like just not the brand. I'm talking about like specific one time in your life that you had a soda. And it was the best soda you've ever had.
To be honest, so like there was that time era that I'd only drink soda like once every like month. Probably not month, once every like 3 weeks or something like that. Anytime I got a soda like through the McDonald's drive-thru, it just slapped harder.
Have you ever down in St. Louis been to Fitz's?
Is that like a soda store?
No, it's like a kind of like a burger place. and all that.
Interesting.
But so you know how Krispy Kreme, like you can watch the donuts be made there.
You can watch.
You can watch the root beer be made there.
Interesting.
And when I tell you, it's the best soda I've ever had.
When we were in Vegas,
The root beer in Vegas.
dude. I love how we both got there.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I
like-
forgot about that.
Okay, but fuck this. It's not turning into a soda
Yeah,
podcast.
okay, all right.
All right. So basically, that was pretty much the end of Friendsmas. Like I crashed early, and everything worked out. You know, no
That's
one got
kind of the
got
end of
hurt.
the night.
Yeah.
The next
So-
day we got breakfast pizza and everybody that stayed left.
And in the group chat, we added. No, we didn't add anybody. In the group chat, everybody the next morning was talking about how drunk they were last night. So I changed the group chat from Friendsmas to New Year's Eve. And I said, "Anybody ready for round 2?" And I kind of did it as a joke, but like if everybody was down,
Everybody
like I was down.
was so down.
Not
for
only
it.
that, New Year's was even like I feel like crazier. I feel like New Year's was better.
New Year's was better. I enjoyed it more. But there was less focus on like food and less focus on like presents, and it was all focused on everybody just socializing and
Exactly.
drinking
So you
and having a good time.
and there are a lot of things that I don't remember from that night. Because there were some, like, I have a selfie with our friend Nick, and I don't remember taking it. I remember taking every other picture besides that selfie.
I don't remember Nick being there.
I do, but I don't remember him showing up or leaving. I remember him just existing there. I will get to that. So basically, I don't really remember how this night started either. Oh, yeah, I do. So our friend Jordan came, and then couple of our other friends, Delaney and Brittany, came.
Delaney and Brittany.
Yep,
Those
they
are
was- they
Emma's.
showed up
Those are Emma's like best friends.
BFFs.
Along with Kelsey. So we
Oh,
brought up
Kelsey.
Kelsey a few times,
Yeah.
and we're gonna bring up Colt here soon. Those four are like Emma introduced us to them.
Yeah, but they're homies now.
Yeah, for sure.
And my friend Nate and his girlfriend Autumn came. Fucking. So they all showed up, and to be honest, what we started out is just like playing video games, like we played Spyro and stuff, and then Jordan, you and Jordan, I think both wanted to play Beat Saber on VR.
Yes.
And our friend Delaney is so goddamn good at Beat Saber.
Delaney is
insane.
nuts.
Now,
She's so good.
not to sound creepy, but as soon as she like finished the song and like almost 100% of it, she took the headset off. I was like, this is like, I've never been more turned on in my life. Like, this is so fucking sexy to me right now.
I like the way she took it off too, kind of looking at Janderson like, your turn.
Yeah,
Like,
took it off.
You're up, bitch.
Took it off in slow motion in my eyes. Fucking, oh my god, dude. I'm getting turned on just thinking about it. No, I'm just kidding. Fucking,
Do we need to turn the podcast
a
off?
little bit. No, but and it was pretty good. Like, there was weird energy in the room. I remember you and Emma were off doing your own thing for a little bit because Emma was super, super sick.
Yeah.
Emma was terribly sick.
Yeah, we were actually talking about the day. Emma had like, dude.
A really rough
I want to
flu.
say it was, probably
really,
the flu.
Really the flu. But, and that hit hard this year, too.
Yeah,
But,
it really did. And she was out of commission for probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah, like, it was rough for her.
She had it, because she had it when she left.
Mm-hmm.
And she had it for a couple days beforehand.
Yeah, if no one listened to the first podcast, she's in Scotland right now studying abroad. Shout out Emma. And everyone just started kind of showing up slowly and everything like that. More and more people showed up. We started drinking. I didn't drink a lot at first because I had to go get Ashley from her job afterwards. And I was so happy because I thought like her job closed at 10, but it actually closed at 9 that night. So I was like, thank God. And I went and got her, and then Fink and the boys showed up a little bit. And then I went and got her, and by the time I got back, I instantly slammed this wine shit that we have that's so good. It gets you drunk super, super quickly.
Oh, the Capri, I don't
Capriccio Sangria.
Capriccio?
Isn't that what it's called?
I don't think that's how you pronounce that word.
It's not?
It's definitely not Capriccio like I've called it. I don't know. I feel like we can probably look it up at some point.
Sangria. Let's just call it Sangria.
Sangria. That's essentially what it was.
And it's, I don't know how, like, let me describe it. It's a bit bigger than a beer bottle. I thought it was the same size, but it's a bit bigger. And if you drink it, fucks you up. Don't know why.
Well, it's almost 15% alcohol. So if it's slightly bigger than a beer bottle, it's essentially drinking one of those is the equivalent to drinking like 3 Bud Lights.
I guess, but I can drink 3 Bud Lights and not be drunk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this is just different shit. Well, it's also a
beer
wine
just
drunk.
bloats me. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Beer just like gets me bloated. I don't know why. Like, I don't think I've ever really been drunk off beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I have like a really good buzz going and like the only thing to drink is beer, like a beer will keep my buzz going for a little bit, but like
I think I've only been drunk off beer a couple times. So like the night of playing Rocket League.
Yeah.
We had a going away party for one of my coworkers at work, and we had some beers there, and that was really good. And then
But Tim?
No, this was our one of our bosses, Ian.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So that was kind of recent. That was around the time. That was this night you guys went and saw Joker.
Oh yeah.
So and then the other time was the night that I came home and you and Sean were playing Life is Strange, and I had those Reds pineapple.
Oh yeah.
And
you smacked those.
Yeah, well, the issue with that one was Sean looked over and said, "How many have you had?" And I go, "Oh, I think this is my third one." And Sean goes, "Didn't you have a 6-pack?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's gone." I'm like, "What?" And I looked down and I had finished 5, and I had given 1 to Nick. So yeah,
it's true.
So those are the only times I've ever been drunk off beer.
Dude, I can't fuck with beer.
It's not bad. I can't do like Bud Light.
Like piss water to me. I like Coors Banquet okay, and then Coors Light kind of tastes like it, so like I can deal with it if it's the only thing to drink, I guess.
Sure.
But to be honest, if those are my options, like I'd probably rather just not drink. But back to New Year's. People started showing up. I finally got Ashley, and we come back to the house, and people have already started drinking. Our friend Jordan was trashed by this point, and he was drinking another one. He was drinking a second.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was drinking a second
because
sangria.
we handed it to him. We handed him the first one,
and then
we told him like, "You're gonna go on an adventure."
And
after
he
you
goes,
drink this.
"Really?" And then he just downs a lot of it, and then he finishes it, and he goes, "You're so right. I'm telling you, I don't know what's in this fucking."
Because here's the thing, I've been through it too. I had them before the party last year, and I had 2 of them, and I was done.
Like I said, my boy Adam was over here recording some shit for the album the other day, And I was telling him about it, and he texted me, asked me what it was. I sent him a picture, and then a couple days later, he texted me, and he was like, "You were so fucking right." I was like, "I know, dude. It's crazy. I don't know why. It 13.9% or whatever, 14% is a lot for that amount or whatever. But it shouldn't fuck you up as much as it does.
No.
So I drank one of the small bottles, and then they had a bigger bottle, which was like I would say a little less than half full, and I downed the rest of that. And I was like the perfect amount of drunk, and I just remember like everybody was vibing. It was cool because we had so many people there that like rooms were full. My boy John and my boy Cameron from high school came.
Basically, no matter where you went in the house, you could go to a different room and talk with a different like group of people.
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember in the dining room, it was like Ailsa and Mary and Colin. So like you could have a conversation that wasn't going to be absolutely dumb the entire time, but sometimes you need those conversations.
Yeah.
So in other rooms, we had like Fink and Nick and Connor in another room and all that. So like that's where you get the dumb conversations. Shout out to my boys. And in my bedroom, Emma was sitting in there drunk. Or not drunk, sick. Not drunk. She was sick.
But like everybody went into the comforter and shit. And
Yeah,
just chilled with
literally.
her.
I was like, hey, like Brittany or Delaney, if either you want to go in and stop in and talk to Emma real quick, see if she's doing okay. And everybody else followed them.
Including
and
Jordan.
Jordan,
And Colt.
Delaney, Colt,
And
Brittany, me, and Fink all just sat in the room with her for most of the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that was one of the rooms.
And it was a
then
good time.
dining room was one of the rooms, and you go downstairs and people would like light up a little bit, cigarettes. So people were in the basement and stuff. And I love room hopping. I love going from room to room. So it was like a dining room. There were some people in the living room. Martel showed up too. Shout out Martel, but he doesn't like get drunk. But and then your room, and then the basement. People would float down there a little bit.
Right.
Also, Colin was like impressed with our basement a little bit because Colin showed up.
Really?
Edward 40 Hands, because he didn't go back down there in Friendsmouth. He didn't go down there once.
He was impressed with it?
Like, he went down there and he was like, damn, there's a nice little thing down here.
Yeah, I do kind of like the dynamic we have in the basement where we have the pool table in the middle, and then we kind of have that little hangout area off to the side.
Exactly. And, well, the thing about the basement, too, is that was, like, a lot of our drinking spots for a while.
Yeah.
And it was nice out,
like the summer after I moved in here, we were down there almost every single day.
Yeah, drinking and you're doing something. But, and it's dope that we had the pool table down there. And, yeah, like, and the only thing that I don't like about room hopping, and this like sounds selfish, but like I don't like it when other people room hop like with me.
You don't like when people follow you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just want to kind of do my own thing, and I don't know. That's just like a personal thing, and it was fine for the most part. Everyone was kind of cool and everything like that.
I feel like nobody overdid it on New Year's either.
No, I don't think we. Actually,
well,
yeah, it was later in the night, but we'll get to that. And. That's pretty much it. Like people were just playing Beat Saber. Everybody was just talking to each other. It was just a really chill night for the most part. Chill night with drunk people. I kept like looking over at Jordan, and Jordan was just absolutely wasted, dude. It was so funny.
No, he was cracking me up the whole night. And
my thing is like, if we have drinks at the house type thing, and this is my thing. Like I hate waste. So like we have like a little beer fridge now or whatever.
Yeah.
I just like when I hate adding stuff to it without drinking or whatever's in it. So I was like. We put every piece of alcohol or whatever in the fridge. And I was like, if you guys want something, like, please drink it. Let's just get rid of all this shit.
Right.
So we can restock it.
No, because I've had people multiple times ask me, like, how much do you want for this? I drank this and all that. I'm like, was it in the little black mini fridge? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's all fair game.
Dude, yeah.
It's all free. Don't care. Anything in the big fridge, come talk to us, and we'll probably let you have some.
And and I remember something in the fridge that I was, like, dedicated in drinking was this Halloween wine that Emma had gotten. And just not even opened it. And it was pumpkin wine.
Okay.
And to be honest, I remember, like, you could definitely taste the pumpkin, but I was already so drunk that, like, it didn't really bother me. And I just kept pouring that to people. Anybody who'd, like, be like, I need another drink, I'd be like, drink this. And, like, we smacked it. Like, it was, like, a good, like, 6 or 7 people who had it. But, like, dude, it was good. It was good. And then, is there anything else prior to midnight you want to talk about?
No. Not really anything.
I
made the terrible decision that I had to be up at 6 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, this is nice.
To work, and I told myself I wouldn't drink much, or if I did, that I would stop drinking by 9 o'clock. So there I am at 11:30 finishing my pint of Crown Apple.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much how my night went.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about prior to midnight. Midnight comes around. And we decided to play this new song that I was working on or whatever.
You want to plug that real quick?
It's not out yet, but it's called Bad Vibes Kill a Good Time. And it's just like a party song, really. And
probably my favorite song you've ever done.
It'll be out hopefully by the end of January.
I like that.
Hopefully.
I like the way that sounds.
Hopefully.
But that moment will forever be one of my favorite moments. It's one of those few moments I've had where like I just kind of looked around the room and like soaked in the atmosphere, and I was like, yo, my life is pretty good right now.
The memories burning in your head type thing.
Yeah, things are really great right now. And I remember because I popped open that bottle of
champagne. That's exactly what I was about to go to.
I poured it to Ashley. I poured it
on
you.
me. Yep.
I poured it on you.
I was in my underwear at this point.
Yes, you were in your underwear
with a jacket on.
And Ashley, like, I tried to pour it into Ashley's mouth, but Ashley was moving around, so it went into her eyes and then all over her, and poured it all over you.
Yeah, dude.
And then I think I had a couple swigs of it. I don't remember.
And at this point, Nick had showed up.
Nick was there as well.
Nick was there.
So we were all kind of just chilling in the living room, music playing on the sound bar,
and people at that point, people like started to get ready to leave because some people had to work in the morning. And shit. And oh, dude, it was a good moment. Like everybody was just vibing. Like you couldn't even really hear the song at this point.
It was kind of like all your best friends are in the same room with you, listening to your music.
Yeah.
That like you worked really hard, and everybody was vibing to it. I don't think there was one person like sitting down. Everybody was like standing up and at least bouncing at least a little bit. So
besides Destiny, but she's like 9 months
pregnant.
She's
she's pregnant. So
and then actually I stood up on like the ottoman as shit was going on, and then our friend Sean put me on his shoulders, and I started going around and kissing people's foreheads.
How come I didn't get a kiss on the forehead?
To be honest, I think I did. I think I kissed your forehead.
I don't remember that. But I think I do. Also fair.
Cause I kissed Delaney's forehead, I kissed Brittany's forehead, I kissed Colt's forehead, Nick's forehead. I'm pretty sure I kissed yours, and then I kissed Sean's because Sean was carrying me around. And then I was just hyper at that point. I was just running around doing shit. And then people that I think you went to bed at this point, maybe.
Yeah, I pretty much hit the bed at 12:05.
Yeah, which is like a good time.
Yeah,
better or not or later than you were expecting, but
no, I expected to be because I told myself I'm like I'm gonna make it up till midnight, but then like
that's it.
I'm done because I wasn't supposed to work until 8 a.m. But then earlier that day they were like, hey, you need to work at 7.
So after that we had these two people. I don't think they'll care if I say their names. Mitch and his girlfriend. Hunter and his girlfriend. Why do I keep wanting to call him fucking Mitch?
I was like Mitch.
So Hunter and his girlfriend showed up, and
yeah, because I was passed out.
Yeah, definitely. And I just remember like walking into the dining room and just seeing these two people I didn't know, and I was still in my underwear and a jacket, and I was just like, all right, it's time for me to put my pants back on.
That's amazing.
I put my pants back on. Everyone's just kind of still playing Beat Saber, just kind of chilling. And I talked to him about his drone and shit and just shit like that and just his job, and we just chilled for a little bit. But his girlfriend was wasted, dude. His girlfriend was drunk, like beyond what they shouldn't. She was so drunk, I don't think they should have showed up. When the thing, they were chill. I mean, they just kind of did whatever. She asked me my name 5 different times, and it wasn't like, oh, what's your name again?
You're gonna sit here and pretend like you didn't do that to Ailsa?
I did it like 3 times.
You asked her at least 4 times.
Maybe.
Throughout the night what her name was.
Yeah, true. But that was like, oh, what's your name again?
Yeah.
This was she just completely like forgot that she had talked to me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I remember them leaving pretty quickly, and apparently like she went home and stuff, and they were just puking like in the toilet. Is what I was told. And he was like trying to do shit for her because he wasn't that drunk. But I remember, and then after that, we all chilled in the living room for a little bit. People were playing Beat Saber, just talking, and we were probably at half the people at this point. Like most of the people went home.
Yeah.
And then I took a drink. I grabbed this drink from the fridge called Dank Meme. It's just
I want to say it's beer. By Triptych, I think is the name of the company.
I don't know. And I remember literally taking like 2 sips of it and being like, all right, I know if I drink any more, I'm gonna puke and it's gonna ruin my night. Stop looking at me like that. He was trying to look at me through the mic. Started to be so snaky like a brother. I want to fucking skin him and wear him.
Do we need to stop the podcast?
But basically, I was like, okay. I was like, peace out, everybody. Like, I'm gonna go. And I looked at Ashley. Me and Ashley are just cool like this. I was like, hey, Ashley, like, when you're done, just come chill in my room and just crash up there. Like, and dope. And I went up to my room, and it was probably like 20, 30 minutes of me just laying in there. I was like drunk enough that I didn't want to get up. And then 20, 30 minutes later, Ashley kicked my door open. Just busted it right fucking open. And then just fell on the ground. Absolutely fell on the... Did I tell you this?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I knew about the other part, but not...
And just fell on the ground. And I literally was so drunk that I was like, Ashley, I was like, just get on the bed. I made you a little spot. Just come up here.
I
And
like
just,
that you're treating her like your dog. Like, I made you a spot on the bed.
yeah,
just
just
come
get
lay
the fuck
down.
out. All you gotta do is make it up here, and you're solid for the night. I was like, puke off the bed if you need to. Do the fuck you ever. Just get up here. And she drags herself up on the wrong side of the bed. First off, but my bed is big, so subtle flex.
Subtle flex. Wasn't that subtle?
So she got up here, and I remember being like, okay, well, at least she's on the bed. So I moved a little bit, and then I crashed. And I remember, like, I was falling asleep, and I heard her get up and leave the room, and in my head, I was like, oh, it's over. She's not making it back up here. I was like, there's no way that she's going to make it back up here. Something's going to happen, and that's when I heard it, dude. I heard it. I literally just heard, like, I don't want to hit the table again because I didn't fucking work last time, but I just... Did I just break the goddamn chair? What the fuck
What
is
just
this?
happened?
I think I just need to stop hitting shit when we do the podcast because shit always happens.
What are you doing?
It was
How did you snap that in half?
My brute strength. What was it?
I don't know, but you broke our chair.
You know what it is? It's the thing on the chair to like change the height of the chair. But whatever. Fuck that thing. It's not like we use that chair
Forever
anyway.
short chair. Whoever our first guest is gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, we got other chairs. They can sit in the wheelchair that's in this room. I just smacked the mic. No, but I heard her fall down the stairs, dude. I heard it.
I'm shocked this didn't wake me up because
You live right under the stairs.
yeah, I literally Harry Potter looking ass.
That was weird.
Why do we always do that?
Yeah.
Do we need to talk about that real quick?
Nah, I'm pretty sure we're just the same person.
Okay.
Actually, maybe we can end the podcast with that. But so Ashley fell down the fucking stairs, dude, and I just remember thinking in my head, I was like, I should go and check on her, but I was so drunk. I was like, I don't want to get up. I feel like if I get up, like something's gonna happen. I'll be dragged downstairs again. I don't want to drink anymore. And I was like, in my head, like I felt bad, but I was like, in my head, I was like, if it's that bad, like somebody will come get me.
Right.
I was like, somebody will come get me if things are that bad, like if I need to take her to the hospital or something. And supposedly what had happened, and I learned this through Brittany, shout out Brittany, is she fell like halfway down through the stairs and then instantly just puked in the trash can, and then Brittany dragged her to the bathroom, and she puked in the bathroom, and then she like helped her clean puke out of her hair and stuff like that.
Yeah. Shout out Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany's really...
What a homie.
Yeah, Brittany's dope. So, and I just remember, and Ashley had to work in the morning. That's what I remember. She had to work, I think, at 10 a.m. And I woke up at 9 a.m. And then I stayed in bed for like 15 minutes. And I went downstairs the next morning. And I was like, Ashley, time to get up. You work in 45 minutes. And she was like, all right, just let me sleep for like 30 more minutes. Because we live like 5 minutes away from her work.
Yeah.
So,
did she bring her work clothes with her?
yeah. She worked the night before, remember?
Oh,
I
that's
went and
right.
picked
That's
her up
right.
from work, yeah. And she made it to work. So shout out her. She didn't get really to clean any of the mess out of her hair. There wasn't really mess, but there was a smell in her hair. Just we were talking about it. And it wasn't bad. Like you couldn't notice it unless you were like right next. Unless you were like trying to notice it, you couldn't notice it.
Sure.
So I went and dropped her off at work, and I told her that she was like, okay, after work, just come pick me up, and I'll come crash at your house for a little bit more. And in my head, I was like, why don't I just take you home? But I picked her up, and then I took her home later that day. And yeah. And I want to say that's it.
That's pretty much New Year's and Friendsmas.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up the next morning and talked to, and oh yeah, one more thing. Shout out Colt, because Colt like cleaned the entire fucking house. Yeah.
Colt, yeah, big shout out to Colt. We told him he didn't have to clean anything.
That-
We told him he didn't have to do anything, but he pretty much cleaned up our entire house.
even
Even stuff
that wasn't through the party.
it
Like
wasn't
he just
from
like
the party. He just saw it and cleaned it up. So shout
and-
out to Colt.
Shout out Colt. And you know what? That boy came so prepared because
He came. He goes, I brought pizza. I didn't know if anybody had eaten, so I brought you guys a pizza. Like it was an extra large
he
pizza.
brought a pillow and a blanket.
Yeah, I was like, dude, come over
All
every
the
weekend,
time, dude.
anytime
Yeah.
you want. You're welcome.
Plus,
here.
Colt's just a dope dude. I
No,
remember-
he was
yeah.
super chill. I like the fact that he could like kind of go like I like that we're just stroking his dick right now.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'll stroke his dick in your life. I don't give a fuck.
But like he could literally have a conversation with everybody at that party, and 90% of the people he had never met. But I saw him talk to every single person.
I know. I remember
So-
kissing his forehead. It was very soft.
Shout out Colt with the soft forehead.
Soft fucking forehead you got. And that's pretty much the end of the New Year's party. But back to one thing that we mentioned is like how we always kind of finish each other's sentences or have the same
Sandwiches.
thoughts at the same have the same thoughts at the same time. It's like a thing. Like the more time you spend around somebody, you can get that. Like you know that shit.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen the video of the guy kind of proving it? All right, it's those. I know it's a weird thing to end the podcast.
See,
with.
I've never seen what video you're
I'm
talking about.
gonna explain it. I know it's a weird thing to end the podcast with, but since we do this a lot, this is basically just us. You know those two people who I think were on Britain's Got Talent? It's basically like the Nick Cannon of Britain's Got Talent. The two people that hype the people up before they go on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So they're like best friends. They've been best friends for like 40 years. Maybe not 40, but a stupid amount of time.
I don't think either of us are making it to 40, let alone being friends for 40 years.
So the dude brought them both on stage, and basically was like, when you spend so much time with somebody, and like when you're that close with somebody, you can literally feel what the other one feels. Here's what I mean. So the dude would literally be like, raise your hand if you feel me touching your shoulder, and he would touch one of them, and both their hands would raise.
That's crazy.
And then like he would do it to the other one. He'd be like, raise your hand if I'm touching your shoulder, and he would do it, and then both their hands would raise, and just all that shit like that.
That's
so
wild.
It's crazy.
No, yeah, we've like at least once a day we both say the exact same thing at the exact same time.
And I think it's just the energy, and it's not one of those things where like if you're at work and you get hit in the balls, like my balls are gonna start hurting. Right. But like, yeah, like I can feel like basically it's good because like I can feel almost what you're feeling the entire time.
It's almost like we can sense the flow of the conversation that we're having
before it even happens.
Yeah, which makes us sound like the worst superheroes of all time.
Let me just finish each other's sentences, man. That's my superhero, man.
What's your favorite song right now?
Probably Godzilla off the Eminem album.
Okay.
Why?
Just wanted to ask a random question at the end of the podcast.
Oh, okay, you want to do that every podcast? Ask a fucking random question.
Sure. What's your random question?
Favorite porn video at the moment?
Slutty Midgets 4.
I'd believe that. I'd fucking midget. I don't give a fuck. Don't at me, motherfucker. Don't look at me like that.
We got something special planned for the next podcast.
We're going to have our first guest on.
Yeah. I've got something special planned that Ben doesn't even know about.
Is something regarding our guest?
It might, maybe.
Something regarding me?
Kinda.
You're going to put me on the spot?
Well, you're on the podcast, aren't you?
I guess, but it doesn't just because
it's going to involve me too. Newsflash.
So yeah, basically we're gonna have our first guest on next week, and yeah, it's gonna be really, really dope. And we can go ahead and announce the guest. I guess it's Jordan. We talked about him.
Janderson.
Jordan Janderson. He killed it. He almost killed us with the driving, and then he got super, super drunk at New Year's.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good conversation.
So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.